Gentlemen, the time is now. Week 14, playoff start. I am so pumped. It has been a whirlwind of a year. It's been a great year. Fast year looking back. I already feel like the draft was yesterday. It's been a hell of a season. Very excited to make the playoffs back again. I feel like it's a repeat of last season. 10-3, had very high scoring team. Um, Tough opponent first round, but we'll see what happens. It's Brock is definitely a test. Was looking like a number one seed out of that division, and ended up getting second seed with Jeff, pulling off an insane last minute victory last night. It was fun to be a part of that. I think that was maybe the biggest thing this year was just how exciting it was down to the finish. I mean, down to the last game of the last minute. Last night for week 14 or week 13 rather. So watching Jeff crumble and the peaks and valleys that Jeff hit last night was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I know he probably had a couple heart attacks. Nico as well. Eric, same way. I mean, tough, brutal way for Eric to kind of end the season, but he fought hard getting back into it. His season was kind of up and down, but made a few moves and damn near got in. So good for Eric to keep fighting through. So I just want to do a couple of housekeeping things, guys. Obviously, playoffs are set. Last week, not really mattering much. I beat Aaron. Brock got beat by Joe and Jared. Casey pulled out the W against Jobby, securing a playoff spot for him. And Dalton lost to Joe and Jared. The other matchup would be Eric beating Mike handedly, since Mike didn't even score over 50. So, Mike, get better. You got a shot. So wanted to go over a few housekeeping things, guys, before I jump into the playoff matchups. Just a couple of housekeeping things, guys. The lottery starts again. Jobby, you will have the 3-ball selection, the first potential pick in that first lottery at the worst team at 4 and 9. Followed by would be Aaron because of the points scored differential. Mike, you scored 1068.5. Aaron scored 1063.6. So Aaron will have 2 balls in that first lottery, and Mike will have 1. Surprise, surprise, Mike is in the first lottery again. So the second lottery will shape up as what is it? So it will be Joe and Jared with the first 3-ball selection in that second lottery, followed by Dalton with 2. That's based on points. Both were 6 and 7. Dalton had 1221. Actually had the second most points in our division behind me. And Joe and Jared had 1166. And then followed by Eric, who narrowly missed it. He will have the last ball in that second lottery selection. So the playoff teams will finish in order. So one of the teams in the championship, obviously the champion picks 10, runner-up picks 9, third place team picks 8, and then the last playoff team to lose in week 15, they will be picked 7. Now the bad thing about that is it's insult to injury. If you lose in week 15 as for the consolation for third place game, you win no money and you pick in a bad spot. So you're kind of in 7. So it's kind of a tough spot to be. But speaking of champions, guys, we do 60% for the winner, 30% for second place, 10% for third place. So you do get your money back. So 160 for third place. I think it's 480 for second and 960 for first. Jeff, congratulations. Most points in the league. Led the league this year with 1374.8. I was very close behind it, 1345.2. So Jeff and Nico will get the half of the transaction pot. Transactions, guys, we actually had an even 300. So we hit 300 on the money. So that was split 2 ways. Obviously, each weekly margin of victory winner wins $5. So that's $65 off the top, leaving $235 to split between best record and most points. Best record being myself. So I'll get $117.50 for that, and Jeff and Nico will split the $117.50 for most points. So congrats on that. Also, don't forget 3 keepers next year potentially. So just wanted to keep throwing that out there, make sure everybody knows. Transactions no longer count, so season's over. So it's a free for all. Pick up, drop who you want. Don't drop starters, obviously. Tank or anything like that. But obviously the other games between those lottery teams don't matter. We don't use them as a way to gauge draft position or anything. So start who you want, sit who you want. It not exactly matters. But let's kick into the playoff matchups, guys. I mean, how pumped am I to be back in the playoffs again? Very excited. Like I said, I was best record again. Obviously, that comes with a curse. But it says something. I mean, I feel good about it. Obviously, my team would be so much better if I had David Johnson all year, Deshaun Watson, if he came through. So, yeah, I'm a little frustrated by that, but obviously I can't complain. I'm pretty excited, for what comes up in the next couple weeks. Obviously, I got a tough task ahead of me. It's not going to be easy, guys, and I'm really not feeling great about this first round. For whatever reason, I just have this gut feeling like Thursday night is already kind of going to be the dagger for me, as odd as that seems. But anyway, playoff matchups. Me against Brock. Commissioners going at it. First week of the playoffs, week 14. Two of the pioneers of the league. Obviously, we've been in it for a long time. We're pretty much 1-2 win percentage-wise career over the course of MC's finest. So this is kind of like Packers-Bears, Colts-Patriots type rivalry with two dominant teams. So it'll be fun to see. Obviously, right now I'm projected 106.5 to 90.7. We all know projections mean nothing. Brock had a good point earlier. I think I've averaged like 103.7 or something for the year. He's averaged about 86, 87. But even that means nothing. I mean, playoffs, one guy can snap. And really for him, looking at his team, I'm really nervous about some of his matchups. He's got some great matchups. Kamara, obviously, is a stud. And it doesn't help that Mark Ingram is limited right now with a toe. I think if Mark Ingram doesn't play, Kamara just goes nuts, and it's over before it even gets started for me. Obviously, Kareem Hunt is so due. It makes me sick. He's bound to have a huge game, as he had at the beginning of the season, and, of course, he plays Oakland. So I'm not feeling great about that. Obviously, Alex Smith included in that Oakland game. He's got Devontae Adams against fucking Cleveland. He's got Demaryius against the Jets. He's got Thielen against Carolina. Jimmy Graham. Jacksonville, that's a tough matchup for him, but he's a must-start. He's an end-zone target. T.Y. Hilton versus Buffalo. And Patriots at Miami. I mean, his matchups across the board are great. He's texting me off the side. He's undermining himself. It's bullshit. He has great matchups. This is easily going to be the upset, if you call it that. I mean, he's still obviously a good team. But it kills me because his matchups are insanely good. I'm looking at Lev Bell against Baltimore. Breeze has been okay. Ingram, if he plays against Atlanta. Obviously, DeAndre Hopkins against San Francisco is nice. Same with Tyreek Hill. Don't even know if Ertz will play. Lewis against Miami could be nice. Jaguars against Seattle's D, not ideal. So, against Seattle's offense, So, yeah, not ideal for me. But a hell of a matchup. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited and honored to be a part of it. So just excited. Can't wait. So on to the next one. The newcomer, Casey, congratulations for making the playoffs in your first year with those keepers. I'll be honest, it's a miracle. I'm really surprised, man. I'm pumped you're here. So, could maybe pull off the ultimate upset. I think he is projected to lose by quite a bit if I'm not mistaken. I'll actually get the numbers here. Casey is projected 86.3 to Jeff and Nico's 105.7, so a 19-point differential. Matchups, Jeff and Nico pretty much planned on making the playoffs, and they have wicked good matchups the first round. I mean, Brady against the Dolphins, Melvin Gordon against Washington, A.J. Green against Chicago, Mike Evans against Detroit, Kelsey against Oakland, Shady against Indy. I mean, it's crazy. I think they will win this pretty handedly. Casey, like I said, I got to hand it to you. It's not a knock on you. You've played the underdog all year, and you've done a damn good job of it. So, bravo for you if you can pull it out. But some of Casey's matchups are tough. I mean, the Rams against Wentz is pretty tough. Christian McCaffrey against Minnesota. Drake against New England. Julio against New Orleans could be a big game. Devin Funchess against Minnesota. Jamal Williams against Cleveland, who has pretty solid run D. So, we'll see. Like I said, Casey's been the underdog all year. Could pull it off. You never know. But guys, once again, congratulations to Jeff and Nico for scraping by, getting in the playoffs, really fighting hard toward the end there, and doing what they had to do to win. Congrats to Casey, obviously. Congrats to Brock for always flying under the radar. People always love to dog his teams, but makes a couple moves. And did a good job getting obviously Kamara in that trade with Eric. Obviously Eric will be kicking himself until he probably joins forces with Brock next year. It could happen, could not happen, who knows. But that's a tough trade for Eric to swallow, considering if he had Kamara and Hunt, he'd probably be in the playoffs, especially Kamara. Hunt obviously fell off, but still pretty productive. But, like I said, Eric fought damn hard, and he tried to get starters, and just a couple injuries didn't really play in his favor. But obviously, congrats to all the playoff teams. Guys, congrats for a great season. It was so much fun this year, obviously down to the wire. So I want to thank everybody for all their activity and the preparation. Make sure we get transactions. I sent that text out. I've already had 4 owners pay. Brock will be collecting at his holiday party, so be sure to pay then, because I'd love to get those bonuses paid out, obviously, and then when the championship's done, I want to get the trophy engraved, get the money off to the winners, and close the books on the 2017 season. So we still got 2 great weeks left. Please be sure to get on and vote on the polls and who you think is going to win the matchups. Maybe comment. Two last weeks, guys. Fantasy football is the greatest time of year, and we have only 2 weeks left. So cherish them while we have them. Enjoy these last 2 weeks. Good luck to Mark, Brock, Casey, Jeff, and Nico on the playoffs. Good luck to you guys. Obviously, hopefully, best luck to me. I want to beat Brock. I want to get in the championship again. Last year's defeat was just too hard to bear, so I want to get back in. I'm hungry. I don't care about the money. I just want the name on the trophy. So that's what I'm going for. I'm real excited. So, guys, best time of year, playoffs, have fun, good luck, and I will see you next week with hopefully good news for me.